watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, thank you for joining us on DC News Now. I'm Shanika Grimshaw. We're going to get to your top stories in just a minute, but we want to talk about how hot it is going to be again today with meteorologist Jackie Layer. Jackie, it is another DMV first warm day.
And it seems like today will be even hotter than yesterday. We still have that humidity sticking around, making it feel even hotter. So let's talk about some of those heat alerts that will be going into effect. And that will hold till 9 p.m. this evening. We're talking about that extreme heat warning for much of the area. That is all the area shaded in magenta on your screen, and then back out towards the west, out towards the eastern panhandle and western Maryland, we're talking about those heat advisories. But overall, what do these mean? We're talking about those heat index values well into the triple digits. Where we have that extreme heat warning, that's where we could see those heat index values up to 111 degrees at times later on this afternoon. Back out towards the west, where we have those heat advisories, that's heat index values up to 103 degrees. Timing out the rest of your day today, though, we're looking at some parts of the region reaching around 100 degrees by 4 p.m. We could be just shy of 100 degrees by noon today. And then by 8 p.m., as we're getting closer and closer towards sunset, still very hot. We're talking middle 90s, but feels like temperatures right around 104 degrees. Make sure you're staying cool, you're staying hydrated throughout the day today. Still hot tomorrow, just thankfully not nearly as hot as the day today. I'll have more details on that and that 7-day forecast coming up.
Jackie, thank you. And speaking of the heat, DC Fire and EMS says 6 people are recovering in the hospital this morning after suffering from heat-related illnesses. Emergency crews say they responded to reports of heat-related illnesses at Nats Park last night, where a concert was set to begin. One person was taken to the hospital, and after the concert, crews say they took 5 additional people to the hospital because of the heat. And as we brace for this continued heat wave, we're looking at the impacts these brutal conditions can have on our day-to-day lives, from animals to your commute to the joys of ice cream. Our Max Marcilla has more.
It's really good. It's an end-of-the-day treat that anyone who spent any time outside on Monday certainly deserves.
It's hotter than the devil out, and I definitely needed something to cool off.
But with feels like temps above triple digits for the first time this year, there wasn't enough ice cream in the city to keep everyone this cool all day. And it could have made for a frustrating Monday. Above-ground metro trains were slowed down because of the heat of the tracks, not causing an awful commute, but it did add a few extra minutes in the heat.
Just trying to drink water, you know, making sure I keep water in my bag. And yeah, I do have like a portable fan too, so that's been helping.
These pups know what that feels like. This has been a rough day for them. Here at the Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center, the AC broke, so no cool air is coming out, and the above 80-degree air inside this big facility is just circulating around.
No matter what we do to try to make it less stressful, it's still a stressful place.
And this doesn't help.
This is making it worse, right?
The county with an even more urgent than usual plea for fosters.
Whether it's for this or other reasons, fostering actually saves lives. It really does.
But with all the problems hot weather can bring, they can be solved just as easily with a bowl of water in a shady spot for our pets, or a cone as refreshing as this one for us.
Definitely a plus to my day, so it will improve my walk home.
All right, that was Max Marcilla reporting. Turning now to the National Park Service, they just announced the Washington Monument is closed again today. And this comes after they closed the monument yesterday. The National Park Service told visitors yesterday it's too hot to go to the top, closing the Washington Monument as heat indexes climbed into the triple digits. NPS says it's too hot for both tourists and workers to keep monument tours safe. However, some vendors remained open.
I don't even like to charge people in this weather for real. So I just want people to stay hydrated. Don't let dehydration ruin your vacation.
NPS says it may have to close the monument for tours multiple days this week with the heat wave still in our area. All right, breaking news this morning, just hours after agreeing to President Trump's ceasefire, they are still attacking one another. Now, that's according to the Associated Press. Israel's defense minister has instructed their military to resume attacks on Iran. Sirens are being heard in some Israeli cities as missiles from Iran are being intercepted. And again, this comes just hours after the two countries agreed in principle to President Trump's proposal for a ceasefire that would put an end to the 12-day conflict. Again, this is breaking news, and we'll bring you the latest as we learn more. And even with this supposed ceasefire, the fallout from the attacks has many people in the district concerned about more retaliation. That's why there's increased security across D.C., from the White House to the Capitol and Jewish institutions. The Jewish community in D.C. has been on heightened alert. And this is all since the anti-Semitic attacks at Capitol Jewish Museum and in Boulder, Colorado. Now, a senior analyst with the National Union for Democracy in Iran says the terror threat is real.
Islamic Republic right now is like a cornered cat waiting for a moment to strike back again.
We will be responsible and we will be vigilant, understanding the nature of the threat.
The Department of Homeland Security issued a national terrorism advisory. That was on Sunday, and right now there are no known threats in D.C. And law enforcement agencies are still on high alert. And Virginia lawmakers reacting to the U.S. bombing in Iran over the weekend. Many Democrats argue Congress should have had more of a say, while most Republicans are defending the president's decision. Republicans like Virginia Congresswoman Jen Kiggans saying the move will ensure Iran cannot create a nuclear weapon. Kiggans writing, quote, "A nuclear-armed Iran is an unacceptable threat, not just to Israel, but for the safety of the American people." Now, on the Democratic side, Congresswoman Jennifer McClellan says she agrees Iran should not have a nuclear weapon, but she also believes President Trump's decision was a dangerous escalation that may have not been necessary.
Clear that there was an imminent threat here, and I would argue that based on what the Israelis have said about the success of their strikes, I don't know that Iran was capable of being an imminent threat when the president launched those attacks.
Virginia Senator Mark Warner, who serves as vice chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee, says President Trump's decision could drag the U.S. into another endless foreign war. And Maryland lawmakers reacting to the U.S.'s bombings as well. Congresswoman April McClain Delaney praising U.S. forces to help keep Americans safe. But she also says Capitol Hill should have been briefed in advance. Other political figures in Western Maryland saying the U.S. hit Iran appropriately.
President Trump really needs to sit down with Congress to let us know his plan in terms of both military and diplomatic initiatives, and to make sure that our Americans who are contractors and employees, our military is safe.
I think President Trump did what he had to do, and he used those bunker bombs to stop Iran.
Neil Parrott, who ran for Congress, says the Obama and Biden administrations shared a great deal of blame for allowing Iran to build its nuclear arsenal. And a student in Maryland will soon have a job on the Frederick County School Board. That student will be an advisor to other board members, and the student representative will be a junior and serve a one-year term starting January 1st. The teen will not have a vote on board matters, but they will earn a scholarship for their work with the board. All FCPS juniors will get an application link in their school email. All right, Metro Trains had to drop their speeds because of the heat. WMATA posting on social media, the extreme conditions causes the rails to expand, creating dangers for above ground trains going at maximum speeds. So just a heads up for your commute this morning, you should expect some delays on above ground tracks as trains slow down. And it is just too hot for trains, Jackie, too hot for us. It's just going to be a real hot one. Hopefully people have the opportunity to stay home.
I know, that would be the best bet. I mean, you want to stay cool, but also stay hydrated as well. But if you have to be outside for an extended period of time today, certainly want to seek that shade as much as possible too. So the sweltering heat, that will continue to stick around today. Also still on the hot and humid side tomorrow. It's not quite as hot as the day today. Today we're challenging some record high temperatures, still hot and humid tomorrow with the threat for some isolated thunderstorms later on to the afternoon. And we're looking at some relief later this week, so we'll have to hold off on that at least till, say, Thursday. Friday, though, looks to be the coolest day out of the work week. Playing out the rest of your Tuesday, though, temperatures approaching near the triple digits as we look ahead towards noon. That heat index well up to 110 degrees possible. Now, we could see some parts of the region right around those triple digits for actual air temperatures. That'll be something we're going to continue to monitor. Otherwise, those heat index values well up to 110. And then still by 8 p.m. as we're getting closer and closer towards sunset, was just after 8:30. We're talking about temperatures still holding the middle 90s. Feels like temperatures 104 degrees at the 8 o'clock hour. Highs today upper 90s to right around 100 degrees. Going with a high of 101 in D.C., Waldorf, Fredericksburg as well. Right around 100 in Martinsburg and Luray. Yes, this will be likely challenging. Some record high temperatures today. Reagan Airport, we could break that record set back in 2010. We could also break that record at Dulles Airport of 97 degrees set back also in 2010. Now, a long-standing record in Martinsburg. We could break that one set back on this day in 1914. So we'll continue to monitor those temperatures through the day today, too. Extreme heat warning that holds until 9 p.m. this evening. That includes much of the region. This is where we're going to be expecting to see those heat index values up to 111 degrees potentially. Then back out towards the west where we do have those heat advisories in those areas shaded in orange. That's where we could see those heat index values up to 103 degrees later on this afternoon. Highs tomorrow, another hot and humid one. High temperatures upper 90s. Thankfully, no triple digits on this map. However, tomorrow afternoon, we'll likely see some scattered showers, or I should say isolated showers and storms bubbling up. But also tomorrow, we do already have that extreme heat watch. That'll be from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. tomorrow, as we do expect to see some of those heat index values upwards of 100 degrees. Satellite radar out there right now. We still have high pressure down towards our south and west. We have this frontal boundary off towards our north. That'll continue to sink its way southward. That will be bringing us that chance for some isolated showers and thunderstorms to develop later on tomorrow afternoon. So if you have noon, a couple of those spotty showers starting to bubble up by that point. Then we see a few of those thunderstorms sliding their way from north and west to the south and east. And that will be providing some relief as those showers and storms pass by. But notice how spotty and isolated these are. So not everyone's going to be seeing those. But again, just watch out for that and be weather aware later on tomorrow afternoon, not only for the heat, but also for some of those isolated storms. As we look towards Thursday and Friday, temperatures starting to drop, low 90s as we head towards Thursday. Friday, talking low 80s. We'll take that after all that heat and humidity we've been dealing with the last couple of days. Upper 80s, though, Saturday, low 90s, Sunday and Monday. We do have some rain and thunderstorm chances, so you do want to be weather aware for that, especially for any of those outdoor plans you may have this upcoming weekend and as we start off that next work week.
All right, Jackie, thank you. And the DC News Now weather team is tracking the heat all week long, so you can stay on top of it all by scanning this QR code right there on your screen. It'll take you to the DC News Now weather page for the latest conditions. And each week we shine the spotlight on people who are helping others in the community. And this morning we're learning about a local woman's efforts to make sure some teens get to go to college. DC News Now's anchor Mark Hall introduces us to this week's DMV doer.
Yasmeen Arrington Brooks is the founder and executive director of the nonprofit Scholarships. They provide scholarships to college-bound young adults who have incarcerated parents.
It was in high school that I founded Scholarships. I was in an after-school extracurricular program for a year that exposed teenagers to this concept of social entrepreneurship.
Yasmeen grew up in D.C. and knows firsthand that having incarcerated parents creates additional challenges. She decided to make a difference early on.
My dad has been in and out of jail and prison my whole life. I was raised by my maternal grandmother. My grandmother and I were researching scholarships, and she said, you know, Yasmeen, there are so many niche scholarships out here, but I don't see any for young people like yourself who have incarcerated parents.
Scholarships also provides mentoring, mental health, and peer support through their virtual hub. Yasmeen says they're making a difference.
Since 2012, we have awarded over $600,000 in college scholarships to over 100 students, and we now have 56 college graduates, and we're currently serving 45 active college scholars.
She also says seeing her scholars walk the stage to accept their college degree is rewarding.
I just can't describe the feeling when I see them succeeding and they go on and they get jobs.
But it's their journey that stands out.
Just seeing them like grow over time, like blossom, because a lot of times when they come, they're really shy, they're very quiet, they don't want to speak, and then by the time that they're senior or graduating senior, it's like you can't get them to stop talking.
For DMV Doer, I'm Mark Hall, DC News Now.
All right, love to see it. And that's all the time we have for you this morning on DC News Now. Stick around for more news and weather that's coming up on the news at noon.